Oh, I know exactly what I'm getting you for Christmas. Hold, please. I'm not even I'm about to change your fucking life. This
Merry
time next year, mark
Christmas.
it. Raylan's going to be like, yep, that was the best.
It was a plan. Again, next year I'll be like, oh my God, I got my blanket. And now I
Yeah.
use it every day.
Every day.
Welcome to We're All Just Fake It. This is episode 46. Today we're talking about resolutions. With us today we have Steph, Dana, Braylon, and myself, Blaze. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. To start us off, did anyone fake it last week?
I did. I had double parties. And the first party that I went to was mine. And so I was very energetic and outgoing and I had a blast. The second party I was going to was not mine. And my social battery was at like 5%. So, I mean, actually, in the context of things, I guess I didn't fake it so much, but I definitely was not. I just like chilled by myself, kind of by the fire, and it was fine. But yeah,
You went back to back. You went to two parties?
like the day after each other. Yeah.
Day after. Oh, I feel that.
Yeah. And the second one I had to drive almost 2 hours away for there and back in the same day.
Oh, no.
No.
My social battery would have been done by the time we got there, regardless if that was my first or second party.
But I wasn't the one driving, which was nice. And it was for my sister. So I kind of had to go. And it was fun. Yeah.
So there were some positives in that for sure.
Always positives in everything. Yeah. What about you guys? Anyone else?
Yeah,
I can't say I
I
did.
faked it probably the last 2 weeks. I got some really bad news like 2 weeks ago about my granddad, and so I've just kind of been holding myself together every day. And then also some days not so much. When I had to tell my manager the next day, I just like, as I was going up to tell him, I just like burst into tears and I like couldn't stop crying. And I was like, I'm just gonna have to tell him while crying because otherwise I'm just not gonna be able to tell him. But then I couldn't talk because I was like crying so much. And then he's just like, what's the matter? And I'm just like, can you just give me a minute, please? Like 1 minute, please. But then then I ended up telling him. So yeah, other than that though, I've been holding myself together quite well.
I feel like that's kind of life. When bad things happen, you are okay, and then you're not okay, and then you're okay, and then you're not okay, and
It comes in waves.
Yeah, I think for sure. I've just been trying to like keep normal, keep doing everything I normally do, like Discord and like stuff like that. Not adding any extra things on though, just like keeping my normal like levels. And then like it's been really hard because I am someone who likes to have plans and routines, and I don't know when we're gonna go see him. So now I'm like, so then but like the last 2 weeks, I don't know, I've not known how to kind of plan my November, and now we're not going up to see him this month. It might be December, and it's like I don't know like how I can plan anything. Like there's so many events I want to do in Discord for like arts and crafts and like an end of year kind of roundup and stuff, and I'm just like, can I do this? Can I not do this? I don't know.
My suggestion is just plan it, and then if you have to reschedule, your friends will be more than understanding.
That's
like
true.
don't put your life on hold. Just plan everything, and then when you find out, say, so sorry, this one's not happening today.
I think that will be helpful because otherwise, like this month, I haven't done anything extra, and I could have done it, and then it's just really frustrating.
Yeah, you don't want that to continue on.
Yeah, so I think I've been faking it. I'm just like getting through the day, dealing with work, dealing with people being rude to me at work, and just being like, yeah, you know what? Fine. There's way worse things than you right now in my life. Go fuck yourself.
Basically, yeah.
But in a professional way, which is just putting smiley faces at the end of all my messages, you know.
No, they're lucky they got that in the first place. Okay. It could be written by some like mid dude in corporate America that's just like have delivered by end of day. Period.
No.
There.
Corporate America.
I feel for you guys. Well, I feel Steph's kind of, you're half in corporate America. You're not really.
Um,
You're not
yeah,
confined by the rules and regulations, but you have to deal with people who are.
yes and no. It's definitely a fresher perspective now, because if I was working for some of these companies, I would be absolutely miserable, and I recognize that. So, I'm able to be a little bit more optimistic when they're feeling the shit. I'm like, "Listen, none of this is that serious. Listen, it's going to be fine. It's
I
Yeah.
think
okay."
that all the time, and like with my executive assistant stuff, I'm like, none of this even matters at the end of the day. Like, it's so
What
funny.
is it? If your job doesn't survive the war, is it real?
Yeah.
I think for me, like with everything that like I'm dealing with at the moment is really just kind of open my eyes more to like the fact that like it's just a fucking job. Like it's really not that
I'm
serious.
so happy to hear you say that, because I feel like there was so long where you were like, it's my job. I can't mess it up. It's everything. Like, it's stressing me out so much. And I just want and to hear you say it's just a job, like, wow, I'm happy for you. Doesn't it
agree.
feel
I get it.
lighter? Don't you feel lighter just being like,
Yeah, I
it's just
do.
a job?
There's like a part of me that's like, you literally let your job rule your life for like at least 8 years of your life.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
On the bright side, though, are you also thinking about that you're like, the chance of you getting fired is like so low because you are really good at your job and like people value you, so you kind of can just be like,
Yeah.
I'm good at it, so fuck it. I don't
Yeah,
have to
and
care.
also like I don't know, I've actually applied for a job for like less hours because I'm like, money's great and like I would love to get more money, and like if I get a pay raise, great. But you know what? Time is also really great. I would love to have
Yeah.
time to do the things
So
I love.
my sister just gave this talk where she talked about like the 4 different kinds of wealth, and it's like money, time, freedom. I forget what the other one is, but yeah, that's totally true. Like, money is not the only way to like build wealth.
Yeah. I was just thinking, like, how much nicer would my life be if I had more time to do the things I enjoy and the things
Yeah.
that I want? And, like, I mean, at the moment as well, I would like more time because I've got uni as well. So I'm
Yeah.
literally just, like, got no extra time. And, like, maybe I could do things for myself, like exercise more, like, have time to actually cook a proper meal prep, even, you know?
Totally.
So I have asked for a pay rise and I've literally listed all the things why I deserve one, because I do, but also I'm like, I'm gonna hedge my bets elsewhere as well. I'm gonna see how things go.
That's the best time to find something new, is when you don't necessarily need something new.
Yeah, and also like, I don't know if you guys have the Pattern app.
Yeah.
It told me that I'm in my like one of my cycles for career changes and stuff.
Oh, nice. So it kind of gives you permission to go explore.
Yeah. I saw that everything's happened and I was like, do you know what? Fuck it. See what happens. If I don't get it, I don't care. If I do get it, cool.
More fun attitude to have.
Yeah,
I think. Like,
thought, why
when you're
not?
detached from stuff, you're just like, screw it. I guess I'll try, see what happens.
Yeah.
Versus when you're like, oh my
that.
god, I need this job, and it like all consumes you, and you're like, oh, but I need it so much. It's like,
See,
that's not as fun.
That's how I
Such
go
an
through my
unhealthy
life
attachment.
all the time. I'm just kind of like,
You're
fuck
detached.
it, why not?
Yeah, I'm kind of the same too. It's like, that's like a Buddhist thing, is like detachment from things, and you can practice that with anything. If you're like getting stressed about stuff, you'd be like, how can I detach from this?
I need to be less reactive to stuff though, because I don't know if it's like work related or if it's literally like the what is it, the autistic like sense of justice, where I'm like,
Oh yeah,
these people aren't doing it properly, but I am, and that's not fair. Like, they should be, if we all have to wear our key cards around our necks, everyone needs to do that. You can't just not buzz yourself out. Like, that's not the rules. Or like, why am I doing everything properly and you're not? Like, why can't you just empty the dishwasher on your day? Like, so there are things that like I still get really annoyed about because like people just don't care. But I'm really trying to be less reactive because like, I don't own this company, right? Like,
Yeah, it doesn't
It's
matter
not
to you.
my What
Yeah.
does it matter if someone is sending something through the post, so it's £18 instead of sending it through a prepaid service we already use, which would be £8? What is that?
It's-
My
yeah,
Because
you're like,
there's a right way to do it, and you're
Not
doing
my
it
company.
wrong.
I
And
know,
you don't
but
seem
I'm
to
there
care
like,
that you're doing it wrong.
why are they doing it wrong? Why is it not going properly? Well, so yeah. And also the other day I had to fake it as well because my ex sent an email to me at work that was really kind of not great.
Oh.
It was professional, but in like a, you know, when you know people and you know the way that they write things, so you can tell that while on paper it
Yep.
looks very professional, there's like this undertone that's kind of like shitty. And I was very prepared for that to ruin my whole day until I decided, do you know what? Fuck it. Why? I'm not gonna let that ruin my day. I was gonna respond to it, like I was gonna use Goblin tools to like write me a response of just like, you know, that's great, thank you, you know, whatever. But I thought, do you know what? I'm just not gonna respond to it because
Nice.
I don't care.
Go, Dana.
So yeah, I've left it. He copied in my manager as well, even though like I'd already spoken to my manager about everything, and I was just like, that's fine. You can copy in my manager. He doesn't care. I don't care. No one cares.
I'm loving this new
Like,
Dana.
yeah.
That just
Like,
says,
no
fuck
one-
it.
No one cares about you, so have a good day.
Adios.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh no, wait! Don't have a good day. Have a day that you deserve.
Have
Okay,
the
that's-
day that you
Yes.
deserve.
Oh my gosh.
That's so funny.
That's another professional fuck you.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Have
You
a
know,
day.
Have a day.
It's funny because I constantly deal with people who are like low-key passive aggressive in the corporate space. And it's so funny to me. People choose the dumbest ways of saying things. Just like, okay, I see you. But
It's funny too when people think that people don't know.
yeah, people really think that other, like, okay, there are a lot of dumb people, but I think that most people are a little bit smarter.
Have you heard there's this great saying sometimes I remind myself of, and it's like, don't attribute malice to what is really stupidity. So like it's basically
Yes.
like, don't assume people are being mean because they're probably just being stupid.
Accurate.
See, what I
No,
do
yeah.
when I email people that I know I don't really like and annoy me, I just put whatever I was going to say into Goblin tools and I say more professional. And then it says it in like a clear way, but also like a professional way. Because like
No
sometimes I feel like,
undertones.
yeah, I don't want to have an undertone, but I know sometimes I do and I don't mean to. So I'm
Yeah.
like, let me just put that in. Or sometimes I just get it to judge what I've said just to tell me whether there is an undertone or not. And like it comes
That's-
across okay.
It's basically like putting on Reddit, am I the asshole? Like
No, yes, literally. And it's I type like I talk. So
Same.
if you know me and you're reading my emails, you're reading it in my voice. And yeah, that tracks, but other people are like, that's kind of bitchy. I'm like, nope, it's just how I talk. So like this would be better if we got on the phone and had this discussion so you could
Yeah.
understand how fucking appalled I am that we're even having it in the first place.
Yeah, I mean,
Totally.
I'm a lot nicer on the phone for sure because I can make my voice the way that I want to sound, so I can be
Yeah.
like, "Hi, you know,
You
like no worries,
can?
that's
You
fine.
mean-
Can you just get it sent to me, please? That's no problem."
I can't.
you
But
can put on
whereas,
the
like,
mask.
On
I have
text,
no
if I'm
poker
like,
face.
"Can you just send it to me, please?" It sounds way worse than like, "Yeah, can you just get it sent to me, please?" You know, it's different. It's different.
if you could just do your job, it'd be great.
You could just actually like do what you've been asked to do several times.
Story
I'm-
of my
Okay.
life with work right now. People just not doing their jobs.
I'm low-key so
Oh.
glad I don't have coworkers, really.
But I mean, it's end of the year. People usually slow down around this time.
No,
W-
it's
not in
been
your
this whole
environment.
freaking year.
Oh,
This
Blake,
whole
I'm so
year
sorry.
has been this way. Like
It's
switching
been the
teams.
last 8 years.
Switching teams has literally showed me how dumb my old team was. Like,
Really?
yes,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
it has shown a whole new light on how bad that side of the company is run. So every day I'm just holding my tongue.
No wonder you stood out like a gem. And
No,
you're like, I don't
seriously.
really understand. And then it's like you switched. You're like, oh, I get it.
Yes,
that's what
that's
you had to deal
exactly
with?
what
My
has
bad.
gone through
My
it.
bad.
I'm just like, I was having this conversation with my coworker. I was like, yeah, I see now why you guys wanted me.
They were like,
like,
oh,
oh, okay.
Blaze, we need
That's
her.
got to be a little validating. Please tell me
Just
that's
a
at least a
little
lot validating.
It's
Do you guys
it's a lot
realize
validating.
that all four of us are like career work baddies? Literally, all four of us absolutely slaying.
Whether
It's
I
pretty
want to or
cool.
not, it's happening.
No, you
I
are.
don't
You're
think
all.
of myself that way.
Well, you should because you're a top performer, Dana.
I just get through the day.
Think of it this way.
That's more than what most
Anywhere-
people are doing.
Think of it this way. Anywhere that any of you guys go, you are going to bring so much to the place that you're at, and you're going to leave it better than you found it. Like, that is a phenomenal quality to have when it comes to your job.
And Dana, you're not just getting through your day, you're getting through your day successfully. Whereas
All of
everything
us.
you are dealing
Everybody.
with outside externally of that. Not so much actually getting shit done. Getting through the day, yes, but that is inevitable. Did you accomplish anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
What was your guys' favorite episode from this year?
Interviews.
Yeah, interviews.
Same. My favorite was the
Same.
interviews.
I feel like I learned so much about people. I actually learning that Blaze was a tea person, not a coffee person. Is that what you said?
I do both. No, I said both.
Did you say both?
Yeah, but
One
I
of
think
you
you
guys
chose
depends.
tea over coffee in the like options.
Did I?
She's like,
Because
I
I
gotta
don't know
go
why
back
I
and
would
listen.
do that.
Maybe I remembered
I like
wrong.
both. I'm literally drinking coffee right now, so
I think you
Yeah.
said because of your mom. You said tea because you have tea with your mom.
oh, okay. If I had to choose between the two, only for sentimental reasons, I would say tea.
That's funny. Yeah, mine was
I wanna go
definitely
back
the
and re-listen.
interviews. Yeah.
Same. Now I want to re-listen.
Dude, okay,
there-
here's what we got to do. We got to do one of those. What do we say every year? But like we can take those same questions and use GPT to be like, give us questions that add on to these for like.
Oh, yeah, that's
continuity.
nice. We have to redo interviews.
And,
And
then
then
it's
compare
like
them.
these resolution videos that could be the reference for those other ones.
Yeah, I love that. Was there a funny moment that stuck with you guys from any of the episodes?
Well,
I've
I've had
had a lot of
two
these.
breakdowns this year on the episodes. I can't remember the other one, but the main one that sticks in my brain is the death one, where Blaze and I are just like having an existential crisis over the fact of like, if this is it and there's nothing else, then what the fuck am I doing with my life? What am I
funny?
doing?
Is it?
I still feel that way.
It's helpful though because I feel like if you do just be like, okay, I can't bank on anything, right? So I might as well just like try to make the most of what I have, what I know that I have for sure.
Mm.
It's kind of how I look at it. And then if there's anything else, I'll be pleasantly surprised.
I think it's helped me a bit more now, like with like what we were talking about earlier about like it's just a job. It's just literally
just a
just
job.
Like like I don't know, like someone was saying like if when they're on their deathbed, like they're not gonna think, God, I wish I worked more hours or I wish I
Yeah,
had
exactly.
completed that
Literally.
spreadsheet better. Like no one gives a fuck.
I had a gentleman
I-
say that to me. He's like, just
I-
remind yourself, are you going to look back on all the work on your deathbed and be like, oh, I'm so fucking upset that I didn't do that for a weekend at work? Or are you going to be like, no, I really wish I'd hung out with my husband? I'm like, no, I tell myself that all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
I just look at my job as a way to fund my passions. That's the
Yeah.
only.
You work to live.
That's the
You're
end
not
goal.
living to work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you work to give yourself the life you want.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I feel
it's
like there was a lot of funny moments, but I don't remember any specifics.
I feel like
Same.
we laugh every episode.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think a lot of our faking it's as well make us laugh, like how we faked it each week.
Mhm. Was there a topic that we discussed that surprised you guys the most?
I still feel like our
Me?
interviews really surprised me. Like
I
what-
definitely was
Yeah.
very surprised.
I think some of the like answers I felt like I already kind of knew what people were gonna say, but then the ones where I thought I knew what people were gonna say and then they like completely out of the left field on something else. I was like,
Who are you?
wow. Like when Braylon said she was like a mean girl, I was like, what
Yeah,
the fuck?
that definitely surprised me.
Like what? What do you mean?
You know,
Sunshine,
that
lovely
does make
Braylon?
sense. Who
You
is
can't see it.
naturally nice without
see
like
it.
having the experience of being like just a total bitch? You have to. It's got to be like you got to experience.
I mean,
the
I
polar
always felt
opposite.
bad. It was in a bad circle. But yeah, that was funny. I said I really like the happiness episode because I feel like everybody had really unique perspectives on like what does it mean to be happy. And I thought that was really nice.
That was a nice episode.
I liked it.
I think the episodes for the interviews definitely surprised me, but the accommodations episode
Yeah.
also
Mm.
surprised me. But I wasn't
Agreed.
a part of that one, so
Just listening to it.
yeah.
I can't believe how many things are considered accommodations. Like
There's a lot.
it's-
When I
It's
was
like, really?
researching for that episode to write those questions up and have that information in there, I was so surprised at how much I was like able to put
Already
in there.
doing. Oh, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like so surprised every time. I was like, wow, there's another accommodation. Like that's an accommodation. This is an accommodation. I was just like, this is amazing. Like how many accommodations that there are now. Like
I love it. Was there anything that you feel like you learned this year from the podcast that like helped you with your life?
The accommodations.
Yeah.
That opened up giving myself a lot of grace to have
Oh,
an
yay.
environment that works for me because I've always been I felt guilty about it because it's like I came from working in an office full time and then I got into the cannabis space and I got to start working from home and then some of those companies wanted me to come back and work in an office and I'm like absolutely fucking not. And it
Yeah.
felt very entitled. But reality, you get 10 times better work for me when I'm in an environment that I'm comfortable in. I'm not over here fucking around with crafts while I'm working. I set up 4 screens so I can get as much as I possibly can done. Like, I can be trusted.
yeah, I think it's interesting as well because like for a lot of us, we just get on with it, and then to learn that there are like accommodations that make things easier for you. Are you going to keep struggling, or are you going to do the accommodations that are going to make things easier for you? And I think it's a lot of it is around giving yourself permission.
Mm-hmm. I
to
think that's
allow
huge.
yourself that.
Yeah.
Especially if they
That's-
don't hurt anybody or affect literally anybody else. Why
yeah.
not?
Yeah. And it's like we don't look at people like with wheelchairs and go like, "Wow, you're really like look at you using that and can't you just
All of your
walk?"
accommodations.
Yeah,
You
Just
just
need
need entitlement.
attention, like
Exactly. But it's like because it's a brain accommodation, people are like, "Oh, do you really need that extra time to take your test? Isn't that just going to make you get a better grade?" You're like, "No. Give me the accommodations."
Honestly, though, the first time I brought a fidget to the cinema, life changing.
Yeah, that's so helpful. I bring plushies to the cinema.
I haven't
Sometimes
done
even a
that yet.
blanket because we have those seats that
Ooh.
recline.
Yeah.
So I make sure I got like socks in my bag in case my feet get cold. If I'm like wearing
I'll bring a little roll up
sandals.
blanket. I just
Mhm.
like having a blanket watching a movie. And if I got to pay $22 to do it, I'm bringing my fucking blanket in.
I think because
Yeah.
I don't just go for the cinema, I like go around the shops as well. I don't
Oh,
normally
true.
bring a blanket, but I think if I was going just to go to the cinema, I would definitely bring a blanket. I love having a blanket. I have a blanket on my
It's
legs
nice.
right now.
Same.
Same.
You guys are making me feel cold now.
Okay, kind of random, tiny bit random. If you're on a video call and you're working from home or whatever, do you try to hide that you have a blanket in your lap from the people on the call? Do you view it as unprofessional to show your blanket on the call?
No.
I don't think. I wouldn't judge somebody if
I
I
wouldn't
saw they had a
judge.
blanket.
I
don't judge, but
camera,
I feel like I'm being judged a little bit. Like it looks like I'm just like in my PJs at home with a blanket in my lap, but literally every single person,
Get like
every
a black
woman,
blanket.
I've ever talked to has a blanket in her lap. So
Get like, if
I was
you're
just
worried about
curious.
it, get like a solid color that they won't really even notice is not like a cardigan.
No way. I have the whole cartography Evan Blair art shattered sea map. No, you will see the dope blanket. The other one I have is a giant stained glass dragon. It's a talking point.
I mean, mine is half comfort and half to stop Cassie putting her claws in my leg as she gets comfortable.
Yep.
So
I think that's where it
Yes.
started, Dana, honestly, is like the cat wanted to
The
be in
cat.
my lap and I needed a barrier. And
Yeah.
now we're, you know, it's
we're
an
blanket
emotional support.
girlies. It's okay. We can admit it.
I am definitely a blanket girly.
I
I
have
just
one on the
love
couch,
blankets.
but
I
not
don't have
here.
a reason to not.
That's
Doesn't
so
matter
funny.
if it's 110 outside. I've got a blanket in my lap.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah,
like
same.
in shorts with a blanket.
You're making me
over my
really
leg.
feel like
That's
I need
literally
a desk
what I'm wearing
blanket.
right now. Shorts
don't have
and a
one?
blanket.
No,
Oh, I know what I'm getting
blanket
you
in
for
here.
Christmas.
I don't have
I
a desk
leave
blanket.
You
a
put it on the back of
blanket
your
always
chair.
at my desk.
Or you
Yeah.
sit on it. Or you don't have like just like a little bin underneath your desk.
No.
Oh, I know exactly what I'm getting you for Christmas. Hold please. I'm not even I'm about to change your fucking life. This
Merry
time next year,
Christmas.
mark it. Raylan's gonna be like, yep, that was the best.
It was a blanket. Again, next year I'll be like, oh my god, I got my blanket. Now I use it every day.
Every day.
Like, what's changed this year from last year? I got a blanket.
One
Predicting
of
the
us.
future here.
One
Yeah.
of us.
What do you guys think is the most important goal you achieved this year?
Oh, did everyone answer the what we learned?
I believe so.
No.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, I mean, hey, same answer. The accommodations. No, I feel like we did answer that, didn't we? No?
No,
Maybe
Blaze
this is the
didn't.
same
I
answer for
didn't.
me.
And I didn't.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Leave.
I was just going to say that it's not tied to a specific episode, but I feel like every episode that we do, I learn a lot about myself and a lot about you
Mhm.
guys, and it just helps to.
Agreed.
I have like two things. One is related to actual episodes, which I will get to in a minute, and the other one is related to the podcast in general and you guys. And it's the hiatus that we had, like middle of last year, beginning of this year. It's just really helped me learn that, like, even though this is like a hobby and we really, really enjoy it, we still, we slimmed down to one episode a month, and we kind of made it so that we still enjoy it, and we kind of advocate for ourselves and dealing with burnout and like stress and things, and we just adapted. And I think it's really helped me to be like, even if I really enjoy something, it's okay to adapt it so that it's not like stressful for me as well.
That was definitely eye-opening, and also again, thank you, because I'm good. I'm good on this. I don't want to do this anymore. It's perfect, and like really put it in perspective. We've been doing this for like 3 years, and 12 episodes a year consistently is a huge achievement.
Yeah.
For 4 people with drastically different lives. Like, who the fuck
Yeah.
do you hang out with at least once a month consistently? Who?
Nobody.
I'll wait.
Literally no one.
Literally nobody.
Exactly.
And then the other things that I have learned, which have like slowly come from each episode and us talking and like figuring out things, is just that I've learned to kind of like put myself first more, like focus on the things that make me happy, like what accommodations I have at my fingertips that I can use, that I may not have already used, and also like how to make sure like I achieve news in an easy to manage way. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Like, I think they're all kind of small things that I've learned thanks to each episode, and like the way that it really, like, I go into an episode knowing what like I think about the topic, but then I learn about what you guys think about the topic, and I just really enjoy the way that we all interpret things differently, we all think about things in a different way, and I just really like appreciate having that perspective and I don't know, it's just nice to have other ways to look at things in that way.
I agree. Okay, so now, sorry, what is the most important goal we achieved this year?
I didn't set any goals.
Say, for me, probably just like switching teams. Because I think that yes, that was definitely on my mind last year. I'm trying to make the timeline in my head, but I would have applied the first time last year. So this year, I would have definitely been trying to do that even more.
Yeah, that's huge. That was like a big step up, wasn't it, career-wise?
Yes and no. Probably yes.
Yeah.
More than no.
I'd say for me, it was like learning this year. I like learned to go with the flow more and actually like figure out how I can work less and make the same amount of money, and like really just kind of like stop rushing and like realize like I am going to get everything done. I don't have to worry about getting everything done. I've always gotten everything done. So kind of like not guilt tripping myself for having days where I do nothing, because I don't ever have a day where I do nothing, but it feels like that. So, and like habits and routines and stuff, I just kind of go in cycles, and I'm like, well, that's okay. That's just like what I do. Makes it easier to be consistent.
Next year, I will be bugging you about that because that is my 2025 goal. I need to not work 75 hours a week anymore. That'd be sick.
Yeah. You got a lot more on your plate than I do too. Although actually, I did set a goal last December to make $100,000 this year, and I smashed it out of the park. So that's pretty exciting.
And like before you even started, right?
Yeah,
like you
I
said,
was like,
you did the math before.
I
and then you
set
sat
my
down,
goal
like,
too low.
Oh, about that.
That's pretty crazy. I tried to like be really grateful for that, because like me a year ago was like, please, I just need to make more money. That's like all I need to do. And now I'm like, whoa, making this amount of money is easy. And I gotta not forget where I wanted to be here so badly. And now I am here.
I think sometimes that's difficult, isn't it? Once you reach a goal, you kind of think about the next goal without thinking about the fact that you actually just hit your goal, and like that's a really cool place to be.
On to the next.
Yeah.
There's no like, we need to celebrate more, to be like, holy shit, I did it. Like, if you could just go back for a day and tell that version of yourself, that version of you would be like, fuck yeah, like this is crazy. What do you mean? You did it. They'd be like, seriously?
No, we really do need to celebrate all of our accomplishments more, because everyone just like makes them and then they might celebrate it for like a minute or two and then they're over it and on to the next one.
I do think so. As a society, we are kind of like, okay, well, what's next for you? Like,
exactly,
without taking a moment that like, actually, this is a really big fucking deal.
Yeah.
I think for me, I just had like an aha moment of like, if I was to do like a little meditation where I'm like envisioning myself talking to the last year's version and like telling them the thing that I did, and like kind of having a visualization of like a conversation between versions, because I can imagine that like literally if I sat here and was like, yo dude, guess how much money we made this year, that I would be like, what the fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like I would lose my mind. So that's a fun thing to think about.
I didn't set any goals for last year, but went
you
accomplished
all in. So much.
Yeah, I went all in on working for myself. That I guess was my goal, was like,
and you slayed. Like 2 months in, you had already made up your income.
Kind of. When you factor in taxes,
it's different.
Netted way fucking less. But the freedom.
Yeah.
I don't have a boss.
Wealth.
I set my own schedule. I'm learning that taking the breaks is necessary to the success of the business, which has never been the case. So that's amazing. Yes,
yeah, when you take breaks at corporate, shit does not get better. Shit gets
No,
worse.
honestly, it's the same thing now. There will always be more to do, but if you don't stop and take the breaks, you're not going to have the brain power to do any of those other things. So it's even if I feel like working in December, I'm probably going to get a little bit of work done because I haven't booked shit for January yet, but that's work in progress. That's going to be okay. We're going to figure it out. I
Yeah.
need the fucking break.
You'll figure it out.
Period.
When have you not figured it out?
That one time. We're working through that in therapy, though.
You've had thousands of times where you did.
That was the first time and the last time I ever failed anything. So we learned from it 15 years later.
What about you, Dana?
So I the most important goal for me that I achieved this year was like working on healing like my inner teenager and my inner child. Like I really think it's helped me to heal myself better, especially as like I was only going to work on healing my inner child this year, but I reconnected with one of my friends. We've been friends since we were like 12, and they knew me for a lot of my like teenage years, and I wasn't in the like healthiest of mindsets then. I was in a very negative mindset all the time, very much like woe is me, like anything bad happened, it was like, why is this happening to me and stuff. And it was nice to reconnect because like I got to apologize for kind of like the way teenager me kind of acted and was like everything was a slight on me type of thing. And it was really nice because we are best friends again actually. We fell out of touch when we were like 18, and we haven't really like occasionally we've like spoken to each other but not much, and like now we're best friends again, and it's just really nice. We like talk
nice.
about our memories from when we were younger and stuff, and we're actually meeting up next week, and I'm quite excited that we're gonna craft and things, and it's just
nice.
And it's nice because I feel like they very easily forgave me because we had loads of different shit going on in our lives, but it was like them forgiving me was almost like I can forgive myself for the things I've been holding inside for the way that I was. And it was really nice because they were like, you've grown so much as like a person since I last saw you and stuff. And it was just really nice because they just really validated my feelings. And I did say to them when I apologized, said, you don't have to accept my apology. Like, I'm not doing this to make myself feel better. I'm doing this because you are owed this apology. Like, genuinely, you are owed this apology. And it was just really nice. And I've said to them like so many times in the last month, like, you are really helping me heal my inner teenager, and it's just really nice. We talk about memories of our teenage years, but then also like how crazy and like hormonal teenagers we were and things. It's nice. It's nice to forgive myself, but also like allow myself to remember the cringe and like, I don't know, bask in it a bit and just be like, do you know what? Yeah, okay, I was a cringy teenager, but it's okay. Because who wasn't?
And I feel like you've had a lot of up and down friend chronicles in the last like long bit, so it's kind of nice to have a new friend.
Yeah, especially because I did lose a friend this year as well, earlier in the year. So it's nice to I don't know, it feels weird. Like I lost 2 friends and then I gained 1 friend. I lose that friend, I gain another. It feels like I'm always kind of okay if I feel like this time when I lost my friend, I wasn't feeling angry. I just kind of was like, I had this mindset of, I'm really grateful for the friendship that we had, and I'm grateful for the friend that you were. And it was nice. I had, even if we didn't have closure in real life, I had closure in myself, and it was nice.
So nice.
Hold no ill feelings towards them whatsoever, and I think it's a real big change to when I lost my other 2 friends, and I was very like angry and like I couldn't understand why, and like what did I do? And this time I'm like, this things happen.
That's life.
Not my fault, you know?
Yeah.
But did you lose friends, or are they just currently inactive? Like one day you're gonna be different people. You might talk again. They're not written off completely.
I mean, some people are written off and other people aren't, and that's like they'll know who they are, and that's fine. I wish everybody well in life, and you know what? Have the days that you deserve.
Nice.
Also fair.
Life isn't, don't have to forgive everybody in my life. I don't have to allow people into my life that I don't want to be in my life anymore.
Absolutely,
I think that's another thing
so
I'm
true.
learning.
So true.
I get to be choosy. It's my life too.
Yes. 100%.
Yes.
Protect your peace.
Be selfish.
Yeah, should be. Yeah.
Definitely. And like, I think it really goes with so every year I have like a thing that I'm focusing on. This year was self-love. And I think that healing my inner teenager and my still working on healing my inner child really helped with my self-love. I think I do genuinely love myself more than I did last year.
Isn't it crazy how that works?
It's nice.
Write that shit down. And then this time next year, I want an update.
Same.
What were your guys' biggest career accomplishments?
I S-corped.
Nice. We'll see if that'll be me next year.
I don't want to pay 40% plus in tax.
Oh, yeah. See, I'm in a way lower tax bracket than you, single income household.
It's your business only needs to make like between, I think they said 75, 80K a year before you should S-corp, because then you're just paying a shit ton more. I don't know.
That's know.
Talk to an attorney. I am not an attorney. This is not legal advice.
Yeah, no, I have to see because mine's half W-2 and half. So that's why I've been waiting because I don't know. That's exciting though. I don't know if anybody else knows how exciting that is, but that's really cool. It's a really cool accomplishment.
It's a commitment. Yeah. My finance guy was like, don't do this if you're just going to get a job next year. I'm like, oh, I am never getting another fucking job again. Like, this solidifies it.
Mine definitely is, I hit a 17K month this year. I did have a goal to hit a 20K month, which we'll see what happens this month or next month. But either way, even if it doesn't, I'm still very happy with myself. And that was pretty insane. And then I relaunched my Notion products, which was really, really fun and really exciting. So
it's awesome.
Pretty bananas to me. I still am like, what? This is crazy. What about you, Dana?
So mine was setting boundaries at work and advocating for myself at work. I really kind of
fuck it.
Yeah, because last year, part of our hiatus, I was like really ill. Like I genuinely was like seriously ill, like with my stomach and like with like caused by stress and burnout. And like I had to go to the doctors and they were like, it's just stress. And I'm like, cool, I'll just deal with that myself then. Nice. Thanks for the help though. So I think like this, like if I, like you were saying, Braylon, about talking to your past self like from last year, if I was to talk to myself from last year and be like, hey, for like the first time in like I don't know how many years, I don't feel like I have seasonal depression right now, and I'm not super fucking depressed right now, that they would be very shocked.
Yeah, she like, probably would be like, yeah, you're full of shit. Get out of here. You're an imposter. I don't know who you are.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, it's kind of nice. I think like having boundaries at work and like not saying yes to everything. Like I think people have been saying like November, like say no in November and stuff. And I feel like I'm gonna really take some of those tips into 2025 with me, because I think I take so much on because I want to help people, because I'm a people pleaser. And do you know what, like maybe I just need to please myself and everyone else can be after that.
I love that. Blaze?
Do you know how much it pains me that my biggest accomplishment this year was work related?
No, that's fine.
Rude.
You're in your career girl era.
Why?
It pains me so much because it's a job.
Wait, I have an accomplishment that you did this year that's not work related.
Which one?
You started reading.
True. I was actually thinking about that as
That's pretty big.
I forget who was talking, but someone was talking about it. Definitely big, considering I hated reading growing up. So I agree. I count that as a win for
But
sure.
what were you gonna
Definitely.
say for your career?
For my career, I was going to say finally like figuring out what I want in my career
That's
because
huge.
I
It's huge.
started my job in 2020 and obviously that was during COVID. The team that I joined gave me literally no direction whatsoever to the point where I ended up on a different team because of that. And that led me to this team. But just finally knowing what I want in my career and finally just having any sort of direction is really useful.
That sounds
Yeah.
amazing.
Definitely.
Because I was going through my job absolutely hating every second of it for the longest time. And now, like, yes, work is annoying, but it's like, it's frustrating for a different reason.
Is it more fulfilling?
Yes, it's definitely more fulfilling.
That can make all the difference.
Oh, yeah.
You
For
could do hard
sure.
stuff and it can be super rewarding and it's like not, it doesn't feel as hard as when you're doing hard stuff and it's dumb. Then you're like,
Yeah.
ugh, what is the point of this?
Yeah. I
True.
agree.
What, I feel like we might all say the same thing to this next question. What area do you feel you've made your biggest improvements this year?
Oh, for sure. My mindset is like the biggest improvement I've made this year.
Yeah, I would say that as well. I was actually thought we might all say something related to work because we were all just talking about that.
Fuck work.
Exactly.
Steph, what about you?
Definitely self-confidence. I guess the learning the hard way that like, yeah, bitch, you got to take breaks. You have to give your brain a break. Like you have to do that. That is just as important as doing the work. It's been
Really is.
interesting. We're still fighting. It's okay. We'll figure it out though. It's not a big deal.
I feel like for me, I'm going to say work because I like figured out how to enjoy work and not hate what I'm doing. And that feels like a cheat code to life when you like your work.
That's how I know I'm burned out because I don't fucking like anything. I don't want to
Mhm.
do anything. Leave me alone.
What about you guys? Oh, wait, just Blaze.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think, but I really don't have a solid answer for this one.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's
We have a
fine.
lot of questions on here.
We do.
Yeah.
Someone went a bit overboard.
I wonder who.
Huh.
What was the most challenging part of the year for you? I got to think about this if someone else wants to answer.
Mine was healing from burnout because like you kind of like there's so many things on like understanding whether you're in burnout or not, but there's not really a lot of like how to get out of it yourself without like someone being like comment life under my thing and then it's just some random like spend 50 quid and it's going to be a
Yeah,
whole
trying to
course
sell
to
you
change your
something.
whole life around and you're like I think maybe not. So yeah, I think that's probably been my most challenging part of my year. It's just figuring out like how to add rest into like my weeks and allow myself that rest and to not burn myself out by like letting people steamroll my boundaries and also setting those boundaries in the first place. Also, I started drawing this year. So allowing that to be my mindful moment and like not have anything else going on. I'm someone who multitasks absolutely everything. And so you can't really multitask a lot with that. And so it's quite nice. I think
That
it's
is
helped.
nice.
Trusting the process. This shit is so much harder than anyone makes it out to be. When you just, yeah, yep, that's it. Full stop.
I'd say the most challenging part of the year for me has been trying to balance work, content creation, spending time with family, having
All the
online friends, I guess, because I have no IRL friends. But yeah, just trying to balance all of that, and I definitely have not balanced it well. So looking forward to next year trying to actually balance it.
I think for me, my biggest challenge this year was like exercise. And I feel like I don't know when I'll ever overcome that. Like, it's so hard. That's like the one thing I can really think about that.
Doing it.
It's like I'm good and then I'm not, and then I'm good and then I'm not. And then it's like, can I just have a smidgen of consistency? Like just a little ounce of some consistency, please.
Yeah.
But
I feel like with exercise, that's a mind over matter thing for sure.
Oh yeah,
well, totally. Like, yeah,
it's a meat bag. You know, we're not robots.
And it's like also needing like the novelty and like it like it's a whole slew of.
Especially with like the time change, I think for me is like darker now. I get home, I'm exhausted. The last thing I want to do is exercise.
Actually, I know another huge challenge for me this year was the freaking heat this summer. I literally wanted to die. It was so bad. And I'm like loving the heck out of winter. Like I like am not feeling cold all the time, and I'm going outside a lot, and I'm like drinking hot drinks. I'm like, this is so nice. It's not a gazillion degrees out.
I feel like it'd be so different if you didn't have to be out in the heat, but like with your job, you're out and about.
Oh
you're
yeah,
going up and down the stairs. You're talking. You have to talk to people when it's that hot outside. I don't have to do any of that shit. I have to sit here. Summers here are not.
Getting in the car is the worst. It's really not.
But I'm also a hermit. I never leave my house.
I would.
You say that.
I mean, I worked from home for the longest time, and I'm not now, so I think I have a decent idea.
I feel like if I worked from home, I really would like never leave my house. Like I'm glad kind of I have to go. Like I've never worked from home with the job I have now because it forces me to like be a human being sometimes.
I like leaving my house.
I literally go to the office just to be in meetings all day.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
Like, it's pointless. If I actually went to the office and didn't have to be in meetings all day, maybe. But no, I'm literally in meetings all day.
Do you work less now, though, because you go into the office? Like, did you work late before? Because your PC was just, like, right there.
I never worked late.
Okay.
The thing about my job is that if I'm not in a meeting, I really don't have that much to do outside of meetings. It's like I'm not a consultant, but think of me kind of as a consultant.
Okay. That makes sense. I want to jump ahead real fast because I want to make sure that we answer this question specifically. If you could travel back to the beginning of the year, what advice would you give yourself? I know what I would say. I would say something along the lines of like, trust your intuition, just keep going, you're doing great, and just get ready for a wild ride.
Just keep going. No, that's excellent.
And trust your intuition for me is important because my intuition leads everything.
I think I would probably say let go. Just let go of it. You don't have to have such a tight hold on everything in your life at all times. And letting go doesn't mean you have to like fall apart. It's important to let go of things sometimes. Also, I would say work is not more important than anything. Your family is important, and you should put, yourself first, them first. Work can be somewhere after that.
That's a good one. What about you guys?
Mine's basically same as yours. Trust the process.
I don't know. I really don't know. Because, like, I'm just a very go with the flow type of person in general. So giving myself advice is really hard.
You probably would just go like this.
Yeah, exactly.
You'd be like, good job.
Yeah.
I wonder though, because you have the job that you didn't get like the end of this year. If you
But
would
that's the
maybe-
thing. I knew I would eventually.
Oh.
It was just a matter of the timing. Because, like,
Okay.
I knew for a fact I was going to get the job. Even when
could be
I
said for
applied
a
the
lot of
first time,
things.
they were like, we might not take you this time, but next time we might. So it was kind of like I had a feeling it was going to happen.
No.
It was just a
I feel like
waiting
that could be
game.
applied to a lot, though, right? Like, it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah. Sometimes you'll know it, though.
Yeah.
Like, I had the luxury of knowing.
Yeah, that is nice.
Mm.
I have to remind myself all the time, like, yo, you've literally figured out everything. Like, don't stress about how you're going to figure this out, because you will. You're going to. And that helps me a lot. If I'm like, oh, what am I going to do about this? I'm like, well, just wait and you'll figure it out.
Yep. Taking the
Don't
step
sit
back.
around and worry about it, because you've literally not ever not figured anything out. I've always found a solution. So it's like, why is that going to change all of a sudden? It's not.
See, the thing is, you'll always find a way out because life keeps moving. So you have no option but to find a way. Like,
Yeah.
Yep.
you just have to.
Even if you go
Taking
down
the step
kicking and
back.
screaming.
Is how.
Yeah.
But I'd rather not go down kicking and screaming.
Same.
I'd rather just submit to life and like be like water. Go with the flow.
That's completely me. Just go with the flow. See what
Surrender.
happens. But like, things
That's so
work
funny.
out.
I'd rather not go down kicking and screaming, bruh. That is my middle name. I don't know why I'm the kind of person that gets to learn the hard way or has to learn the hard way, but that's how life happens with me. Just like, okay, we're gonna fucking do it the hard way. We're figuring it out though.
Hey, at the end of the day, you're still getting the same result, right?
Exactly.
Eventually, once you get tired of that pattern, you'll stop.
I don't think that's the thing. It's like I don't get it unless I live it. I have to fully understand. But honestly, that's what's made me probably as good as I am with what I do is I have lived that hell. I'm not telling budtenders what to say. I've literally done it. I know it's possible. I'm not giving you something that's like impossible.
That's true. Do you guys have a best memory of the year?
Oh wait, do I?
You wrote something.
I did?
Yeah, you did.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, it was a nice feeling supporting myself, like me supporting myself.
That is a nice feeling. Yeah. I think mine was visiting Katie. We had not seen each other in like 2 years, and it was really fun.
That.
It was really needed.
Fucking TikToks make me cry. If you could not post those when I'm PMSing, that would be sick. I saw like
don't
the
listen to
bridesmaid
that
one, and I'm like,
song.
you're made of honor and you're best friends, and that's so sweet.
That song,
fantastic me.
that song will make you cry. It's really like happy tears. You know what I mean?
Gross.
about-
I don't need that kind of emotion in my life.
Well, what about you, Blaze and Dana?
I'd say my favorite is just like the episodes with you guys.
Aww.
Aw.
I love these too. It's
I
so
like
fun.
those too.
Follow that. For me, I think it's every time I show my friends my art. I don't know what it is. I feel like it heals a part of me. Just everyone's always so nice and like just supportive, and every time it just makes me happy. Every time like I show my family members or like my friends, or like I showed my mentor on Friday, and she was just like, "Wow, this is like amazing," and it's just nice. It's just been nice this year, especially because I went into this year being like, I don't know how to draw. Like, I'm not a good drawer. I'm not good at art. And now I'm finishing this year like, I'm fucking great at drawing flowers and I love art.
I feel like I remember when we were playing that Jackbox game where you had to come up with the stories and you were like, oh my God, this is so much fun. I'm like getting to be creative. And it was like a little seed was born.
Yeah. I did do a couple of short stories. My problem is I have like started so many books and never finished writing them, and so I don't know what it is. I need to like focus more for writing, but art just feels so much like easier at the moment.
Mm-hmm. It's more like easier to get into like flow.
Yeah. Like I can just sit here and be like, right, I'm just going to do a page. Like I'm gonna do one flower and then that's done. Whereas like I feel like it's really hard to kind of be like, I'm gonna write 3 paragraphs and then I'm gonna be done.
Yeah, it's not as easy. There's no like defined end.
Yeah.
What were you guys grateful for this year?
Honestly, all my friends, genuinely, like you guys, my online friends, my in real life friends, my family. I'm so grateful to have the support network that I have. I think sometimes I forget I have like this amazing support network, and I think like sometimes I have to do everything by myself, but every time I've reached out to somebody, I've always been met with kindness, and you know, it helps. And I think like I'm just so grateful to have that because not everyone does.
I'm a therapist.
That's what you're kind of grateful for?
Bless that woman. Holy shit, we have made progress. She's so patient with my ass too. She didn't make me stop talking about work until like 9 months after I left my last job. She's like, all right, no more work. We're done. We're done. Work is fine. You're great. You've come to the last 3 meetings. But like, no, everything's fine. I don't have anything to talk about. She's like, let's go find something to talk about.
What about you, Blaze?
I would say friends and family. Because, yeah, I think having a good support network makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
Kind of insane.
Yeah. I am going to be super cheesy and say Trey, my husband. Because he has just been like the backbone to everything that I've been able to do. And like literally I don't know what I would do if I didn't. Actually, the other day I told him if I didn't live with you, all I would do is work and eat frozen food. Because like I would literally just like come home and just like sit at my desk all night and work, and then I would like go to work in the morning and I would come home and I would work more. I'm like I literally would have no boundaries with anything. And yeah, he just like has been so amazing. And yeah, I feel really lucky like every day. So
Oh,
Trey,
that's
nice.
so sweet.
Do we remember our goals that we set from last year?
I do, but only because I made myself a goal thing in Canva.
Dana told me my goals. I need to go pull my becoming board.
Yeah, you wrote one in my like forum for 2024 goals.
Golly, I sure did try last year, didn't I? No, I did a becoming board instead of like a vision board and goals and nonsense. I gotta go pull it. I know I accomplished a fuck ton on it because it's been my background on my iPad like literally all year. So I'm stoked to replace some of those photos with my own.
I have a really hard time setting goals, but I think just like off the top of my head, I know I wanted to read more this year, which I did. So I'm proud of myself for that. I know I wanted to change teams or switch jobs. I wanted one of the two to happen. Obviously, one of them did happen.
Woo!
I also wanted to exercise more. I dropped the ball on that, but it's fine. One day we'll get there. I think that's next year's main goal,
should
because I
try
feel like everywhere
12-week
else is
year.
doing good except for
You have
that
so much going on,
12-week
dude.
year.
Yeah, basically you have 4 modules throughout the year, and you like do goals for each little module. So you could
Yeah.
have like a fitness module. That's kind of like what I'm doing. I'm doing like a finance one, one on like our house, getting our house like cleaned up and cleaning out like every doom closet and stuff like that.
How many days is it that you have to do an
90.
activity? 90?
Oh, activity for what? I spoke too
An
soon.
activity to turn into a habit or something like that. I forget the
Oh,
wording.
so some
but
people say 21, but like I think with ADHD people it's way different. I feel like literally like 90 days.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
a
not
whole
every
quarter.
day. I
Yeah,
feel like,
no.
or even if you're gonna do like, sometimes what I'll do is like show up to work out and like I'll literally give 10%. And it's like, well, at least I
You
still
showed
put on the
up.
clothes and I came here and I showed up, right? I have
Yeah.
nothing. I'm just gonna
My
like,
biggest thing is showing up, because once I do show up, I hit it hard. Like every time without fail. It's just a matter of getting there and doing the thing.
I wonder if it would help
feel
if you
that.
told yourself like, all I have to do is show up. That's the only
Maybe.
goal.
Yeah.
Like that's
I'm
it.
really
Doesn't matter
hard.
what you do after, but just like put on the clothes and go. And if you just like walk around, at the gym and like look at stuff, then you still went.
I call myself on my bluff way too much. So it's
You can't
definitely
like,
a mental thing for
yeah.
me. Like I can't trick myself into doing something.
Maybe you would find habit stacking, like stack something else with it.
Yes, I agree.
Like maybe you read while you go to the like do the elliptical or something.
Or you have a podcast you only listen to when you work out. So
Dude,
something
that
like
has
that.
it
been
would
my
have to be
saving grace.
something that I
You
don't
listen
have to
to.
focus too hard on.
yeah,
Because like audiobooks are a little tricky for me. Like
Same.
I have started to do audiobooks at work on days where I have nothing to do, because my project has like come to a screeching halt right now. And I have nothing to do. So I've started listening to audiobooks, but I only listen to it at work. So it's like the one thing that I can look forward to. So maybe if I do something similar for working out,
yeah, exactly.
that would work.
I'll do like my LinkedIn networking. I'll go and answer a bunch of comments or whatever while I'm on my walking pad, or morning pages on the walking pad have been completely different. And then I'll put on like a show that I can actually zone out to. Like I'm rewatching Degrassi right now. Holy shit, those kids have issues. I'm on like season fucking 13. Okay, feel free to judge, because holy shit. I actually came to a realization that I have been in a funk the last 2 weeks mentally, because all I have been consuming is Degrassi, and it's really depressing.
My goals this year, I had a few that I accomplished. I have a few that I still are in progress, but I wanted to get 2 more executive assistant clients, which I did. I wanted to hit a 10K month. I wanted to launch a Notion system for ADHD entrepreneurs. I wanted to get a new tattoo. Yeah, I'd say those are my big ones.
Oh yeah.
All good things.
I think for me, I had I had a whole bingo board full. But I think for me, I need to change to having more. I think the word is like abstract, like loose ones rather than specific ones. Because like I had like lose 10K by April, and I didn't do that. But I also don't really care that I didn't do that. Like because I actually haven't fully achieved it, but on here I have achieved body neutrality, and I think I am doing really well at that actually.
Honestly, that messed me up, because that was my old like motivation to work out, and now I'm like, well, I have no motivation to work out now, because I've done so much work on my body that I look in the mirror and I'm like, I look great. and then I'm like, cool, now I don't want to.
I think
screwed myself a little bit because I'm like, well, I don't care about that anymore.
I think, but I've changed it. So I have changed my goals for the next year, and one of them is just to exercise more, to feel more comfortable in my body, because while I better, like, I'm closer to body neutrality, I'm not fully comfortable in like my body how it is. So I'm hoping that will give me a bit more motivation than like hating myself, because that's not really a nice motivation.
No.
But then I had like working on healing my inner child, which I did, and like keep working on myself. I had like go to the dentist for checkups, which I've done.
That was huge. Yeah.
Ish. My dentist, actually, I lost my dentist. He like left the company, and the next one is on paternity. So unfortunately my next checkup is next year, but I did my hygienist appointments, so every cloud.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens. Find someone you like and then they leave and it's like, where are you going? And
it's
like,
okay. I didn't like him, so it's fine.
Oh, you did? Okay. I had the
they were okay.
I really did like mine.
They were they were all right. I had like a couple that kind of, there's like 3 different ones, but they are all connected, which is focus on self-love, be kinder to myself, and work on my inner voice. They're all connected, and I think while my inner voice isn't the best and I'm still not like fully kinder to myself, I think I am. If I compare myself to me last year, I think I'm doing a hell of a lot better than I was. So
let's go. I'm
gonna take it as a win.
Yeah, I'd say.
I think I had like rest more, take more breaks, have a work-life balance, like set more boundaries at work. I think those ones have worked well as well. And also I did start a budget. September, I did like a little like thing with a couple of the mods, and we all did like budgets for September, and I've kept that going, and I'm really like pleasantly surprised by it. I had study and pass module 4, which was my last year module, because this time last year I was fully like, I'm gonna fail, because I couldn't take on any extra information at the time and nothing was making sense, and I was in such a deep depression. I was so ill that like I just was like, I'm gonna fail this, and I didn't. I passed it.
Nice.
And I also started waking up early. So I started waking up at 7, and then when the time change happened, I started waking up at 6:30, because I didn't want to lose, like, because I was waking up at 7 and it would have been 7, but I didn't want to wake up at 6, so I've changed it to 6:30, which would have been 7:30. So I've actually been doing really well at waking up early. I didn't find an exercise that I like, and I don't have a skincare routine yet. So those are 2 things I would like next year to have a bit more on. And also schedule more hangouts with friends, which was a bit hard because I like went through a period of where I didn't have like an in real life friend, and then now I do, and we're hanging out. So I feel like I have done better with that, but I would like to do more with that. I have invested in my hobbies more though, and that was one of the things. And I had get a raise, preferably what I wanted, and I have advocated for that. But I've been told that they'll look into it beginning of next year. So I can't tick it off, but I'm like halfway there, because I did at least ask and put myself out there.
Nice. Amazing. Do you guys have any goals set yet for next year that you know
Too
of?
many. Come join on Friday. I don't know what to do with all of these things. Like,
I haven't started
too many
yet.
Fucking goals.
I don't plan. I use the whole month of January planning.
Nice.
I like to.
Where are they? Where's my notion?
So I have no idea yet. But I did want to work on more creative projects this year, like photography, ceramics, ballet, stuff like that. And I did not. And I also wanted to buy a new camera, and I did not, because I haven't had a camera. I sold my camera when we needed money really bad, and I haven't bought a new one, and I really miss just like going to take pictures. So those are 2 I know for sure I will be bumping to next year.
Yeah. Oh, I will just say, it wasn't a goal of mine, but I have become a Notion girly this year.
I know.
So.
Look at you.
I'm like, let me just put that in my Notion. Let me just check my Notion. Let me just put... And it's nice, because I get to see all the things I've done in the week and stuff. Instead of being like, yeah, I didn't really do much, I'm like, fuck. I did loads. Like,
and then it helps you to like know, like, okay, I can like fuck off today and relax, because like, holy moly, I did so much this week.
Also, it helps me to realize, like, if I'm in like a really like bad mood and stuff, I'll be like, oh shit, I didn't like schedule any day off last week. Like I look at how much I did every single day. This week, let's make sure we schedule a day to rest. So it's nice to see for both sides of it, of like, look how much I've done, but also like, look at the rest you need to have.
Yeah. I do know I want to get our finances in order next year. Like I don't have retirement savings at all. So that's something I'm going to be working on. And then getting like our house, like this closet back here is so scary. I want to take everything out, and like probably all of it needs to go to Goodwill. So, but other than that, I don't know what else.
I think I would like to try the 12-week year.
I think it's going to be kind of fun to do,
I
like,
think
instead of
since you
doing
said
the
it.
whole year, you're just
Yeah.
doing like little modules, and you like kind of redo small goals or have like a
Mhm.
theme for each module.
I think
Do
it's
we
going to
wanna
make it more
do-
manageable and like actually see the progress rather than be like, oh, I've got a whole year, and then be like, oh,
Yeah.
If there's several of us doing it, we should do like a little
Like we did event.
Yeah, like an event.
Yeah, I'm so
Love that.
down.
Because I definitely want to I think one of my goals is to actually write down my goals this year.
That's a good goal to have.
Yeah. Hey, last year was the first year I ever set goals in my entire life. Like ever.
Wow.
And
That's
so
amazing.
Shut the fuck up. No.
yes.
What?
Like actually wrote them down. Like I had ideas and things, I wanted to
Yeah.
accomplish, but I never like wrote them out. And then this year when we did our annual planning, I just started going crazy and like writing all this stuff down. And I was like, well, screw it.
Bruh.
Let's just like see what I can do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So you can start goals anytime. They don't have to be scary.
Yeah.
And my recommendation is put fun stuff on it. Like I had get a new
Yeah.
tattoo, buy a camera, like put things like go visit a friend. You can put stuff on there that's like you just want to make sure you don't miss out on in the year. Kind
Yeah.
of makes it more fun.
I think I would like to go through all my books and
That's a
just
good
maybe
one.
whittle them down.
I have a book related goal
Okay.
that I'm so excited about.
You woke
I
Mira up.
basically want to
How excited she is.
I basically want to read at least one book from every country.
Oh, that's
Every.
cool.
Yeah.
Every country. Oh, I thought of
it doesn't necessarily have to be done by the year.
Oh
just,
my
like,
gosh, I was
in
gonna
general. No.
Oh
I'm
my
not that
god,
crazy.
Grace!
No,
like
this is like
more
a
like a lifelong
multi-year.
goal.
Yeah.
Or not lifelong, but like you could
It'll
have like a
take
decade
years
goal
to
or
do.
something. I totally forgot that I decided I was going to try and write a romance novel next year.
Yeah,
So we'll
that's
see how
so-
that
What do you mean
goes.
you
That
forgot?
came out of
You
nowhere
announced
when
it
I
last
saw
week.
that video.
I want to hear more about that because I like that idea.
Same.
Yeah, I just thought it would be fun. And like so what started the idea was I found this girl on TikTok that has this vampire book. And then I realized that she was like 19. And I was reading the book and I was like, yeah, this is not the most like groundbreaking, phenomenal book. And there's like some slight errors in it. But I was like, if she can write this and publish it, like, why can't I?
It doesn't need to be groundbreaking.
Exactly.
Like a lot of
No.
people read for vibes. Like
I
I am
know.
a vibe reader. Like
So I just
sometimes
thought it
I'll
would be
read
so
some of
fun.
information, but
My plan is to
Literally
try and work on
fanfic.
it for an hour a week. Is it? Like next year. Have an hour every week that I dedicate to like I'm sitting down, I'm doing something for the book.
you know, I actually tried to write when I was younger, like an
You
actual
should try
book.
again.
Yeah, I have
I used to
started
write.
2 different books. One is a romance, one is a dystopian world one.
I want you to finish these. Can you send us the chapters, please? We need to check
I
these out.
can. I can.
I will definitely be sending you guys chapters as I have them. Like
Yes,
100%. I will be
please.
like, hey, here's my first chapter. Please check it out.
Is it? What do you put that on? Like Wattpad? I'm
Oh,
sorry
I
if
don't
that's
know.
like
I'll
if
probably just
that's
put it
a
in Notion
spicy fanfic
and
yeah.
share
Oh
it
my God.
with you
duh.
guys. Yeah.
Put it in
Yeah.
Notion.
I was like, I think I could do it. And I think it'd be just
Yes.
fun to try.
Definitely. I'm
Yeah.
excited for you. And look at you, you've just inspired Blaze and I to continue or stop.
Yeah, we could have a weekly writing hour where we just get together and
that would be
write.
cool. I always feel like I would be really interested as well. Not that you shouldn't do this, but like as well, like in a book of just like your, I don't know, thoughts and like
I'm gonna do that
like
at some point as
experience.
well.
Like
for
I just think it
sure.
would be so interesting.
I definitely want to write multiple books. Like I want to write like self-help books. I think motivational stuff like that would be really fun. But I'm like, might as well start with a really fun romance novel.
I think it sounds so nice though, because like it's something you're interested in. It's like fun. I don't know if fun's the right word, but you know what I mean? Like creative, like nice, like just all the good things.
So Braylon, the woman that wrote How to ADHD, she wrote her book, I believe, after she had made all of her YouTube content. So she went through all of her YouTube content
That's
and organized
so
it and then wrote her book.
That's genius.
Got you.
That is genius.
Oh, you could write a book on Notion, like how to create good templates for ADHD.
I could have a little guide on that.
Yeah. Because you do so much on YouTube for it, for helping people.
That is true. I am using ChatGPT not to like write the book, obviously, but just to like help me with like world building and like character development stuff. And it's so crazy. It's so fun.
Yeah, I'm very interested, but I also love romance novels.
It's like gonna have a slight it's gonna have like a slight fantasy element too, like not hardcore, but I feel like you guys will like it.
That's right up my alley. You are speaking my language right now.
Blaze is like, can it be done now so I can read it?
Like, tell me more. I'll be like a test person.
Yeah.
I have a book, I think, that does or gives guide on world building. I'll find it. I think it's sitting on Brona's desk. And I think romance is a chapter in it I can send to you.
Nice. What do you think were your biggest takeaways from this episode?
I have so much to fucking do. Jesus Christ. Just on goals,
but you'll
topics,
figure it out.
Exactly.
I have also never set goals, and I think I tried like 2022. We have those notes. I'm not doing anything really that's on that list anymore. So I've never set business goals, and I want this to be the year that I do it, because now my destiny is in my hands and not some fucking mediocre males. Excuse me.
Totally.
I actually just had to do my goal setting for work.
Oh, that's fun. You guys do goal setting for work?
Yeah, we do it every year, and we use it for our annual reviews as well. So it's on the top of my brain.
I think my first takeaway was kind of similar to Steph's, of like, oh my god, like what am I gonna do next year? Like I've got so many things that I want to do and stuff like that. And then my second takeaway was like, actually, this year was kind of like so good for me, like mentally. Like I've done like loads, and it was really nice to kind of reminisce and like look back on it and stuff. But also like I really enjoyed listening about our favorite episodes and our funny moments and like what surprised us and what we've learned, because I think we don't really like, we do the episode and then like we talk about it like when it gets posted in Discord and stuff, and I love hearing what people say, like what people think in the episodes forum. But I think this is the first time we've actually properly kind of looked back on our year of episodes and what we liked. And that was really nice. I really enjoyed it.
I really loved the looking back at the episodes. Like, I think that was my favorite part of today, is reminiscing on it. But
I had a lot of fun doing that too.
Yeah. Isn't it so nice?
I feel like we should all go and collectively listen to our like first reflections episode together, like in a call.
Yeah.
and like
We should.
laugh at everything that we say and be like, oh my god, listen to how much babies we were.
Why do I feel like I'm saying a lot of the same stuff?
maybe I don't know. I feel like it'd be so eye-opening.
Progress
think
is not
definitely
linear.
Ages ago now as well.
I feel like it'll be so fun like if we continue doing this and then like we have like you're old and you can be like, let me go listen to what I thought when I was like 31.
I seriously, like, I hope we do the podcast for that long because I really want to be able to one day look back at everything that we talked about when I'm like old.
Yeah.
Like, that idea, I absolutely love.
It's
It's
like,
like
a
a little
time
time
capsule.
It is.
Jinx. Yeah, it totally is a time capsule though. It's like really
Definitely.
cool. Imagine
I
when we hit our
prefer this to a
1000th
diary.
episode.
Yeah.
We're so
We're doing
close
our
to
1000th
50th
episode in
as well.
person. I don't
We
give a
need to do
fuck.
something special for our 50th.
Oh,
By then we'll have monetized this podcast if
Which
we're at
one
a
is-
1,000 episodes.
maybe it's still just
Maybe.
the same 10 people listening.
Shout out to the 10 people listening. Love
We
you.
love you.
I think about you often in a non-creepy way.
That's so funny.
I don't know what y'all are doing after this, but we can go. We can go do our
Blaze is
reflections
streaming.
videos.
Yeah, I'm gonna stream.
And then Steph has her
Sunday reset.
body doubling. Yeah. Sunday reset.
Yeah, I will be Sunday resetting my desk from working on this guy.
Ooh.
Cool.
Nice.
This looks like
That's
shit
pretty
right
sweet.
now, so thank you for that.
Oh.
It's very not done.
It looks awesome.
I thought it
I
looked
asked
pretty
my
cool.
husband, he's like,
Same.
so I'm gonna trust the process, and I'm like, okay, all right. So it looks like shit. Got it. That's okay.
Wow,
Gotta do with
Mike.
Dang.
He would be like, oh my god, that's so cool, but no, he did not. He did not. It's okay. I appreciate the honesty because y'all know me. I'm not the type to gaslight myself into thinking something's better than it is, which is why I'm such a fucking tryhard.
God.
It's not bad though.
It's a little unhealthy. Just like a little bit, because I didn't know I was a perfectionist. Nothing I have
Oh.
ever
You're
done has been.
definitely
How did you
perfectionist.
not
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How
That's
did
what
you not
everybody's
know?
reaction is.
Her
Because
standards
I've
were
never done
so
it.
high, she just thought she was shitty at everything.
No, there's a right way to do things, and if you're not doing it the right way, then you're doing it the wrong way. That's not perfectionism. That's just you doing the shit wrong. Like, why would you not strive to do it the right? I don't understand that, right? Like that is what it is in my brain. There's just like a right way and a
Okay.
wrong way. You're not doing it the right way. Apparently, that's perfectionism. Okay,
Yeah.
we learn new things every day.
Yeah.
I can't believe you
Cool.
didn't notice that.
I didn't. I
Cool.
did not know that. And then every person I've talked to since then is like, how the fuck did you not know that? I'm like, no, it really never occurred to me. This is, yeah, fun. We're having fun.
Well, on that note, thank you guys so much for listening in. We hope you found some value. Join us on Discord to access resources mentioned in each episode and to find your people. Follow us on social media and tune into our next episode. Leveraging AI and automation.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.